Today's video is going to be a little bit shorter than most of my videos. We're going to look at 5 silver coins that I picked up at a recent coin show. I purchased these from a dealer that was Robinson's Rare Coin in Currency from Marietta, Georgia. I've got this flyer with these 5 coins. These are all silver coins that were priced at 25% over spot price. And so when I picked out the 5 coins I wanted, they took them all. They took them from me. They added up the silver weight of each of these coins, plugged it into a calculator, multiplied it times the spot price, which on this day was somewhere around $22.50 per ounce. Then you add on a 25% to that, which in most cases, I think that's a pretty good purchase price. Most of the coins they had, and they've had about 100 to choose from, most of these were taken out of proof sets. So let's get started with the uh, the smallest coin here. We have a British controlled India coin from 1953, which was 50% silver. And of course, something like this is going to be pretty inexpensive. And so I kind of wrote down what I would have paid individually for all these. By the way, the entire set here uh, adds up to costing $65. So I think he actually rounded down a dollar or two when it all was said and done here. But so we have George the Sixth, King and Emperor, on this side. Here we go. He had written down it was in the Calcutta Mint, which means there's no mint mark on coins from India. Many of them do not have a letter like B for Bombay or C for Calcutta. Instead, they have dots, diamonds, and in some cases, no mint mark. And so I just have to go by the price guide to figure that out. But if it's going to be there, it's going to appear underneath the date. And so while there are some symbols under here, none of those are the symbol of a mint mark. And so there are several variations of the coin, of the quarter rupee from this time. And so I've added this note that it was the smaller second portrait, a large rim decoration, and reeded. And so you can see the reeding at the top of the coin here. The decoration, the larger decoration, it's kind of a thicker decoration that goes around the edge of it. And then they called this the smaller portrait. There was one that was slightly bigger than that. So KM 546 in the price guide. I would have paid $1.03, where it would be the spot price in this coin. So anything over that is going to be the little bit of a markup, which I was okay with paying. Next up, we have this coin from Uruguay. 90% silver. And I think it's interesting how these 5 coins are all going to have different silver percentages to them. So this one's 90%. That translates to a little over a third of an ounce, 0.3617, featuring national hero El Gaucho, 1961, KM 43. And so on this side, it tells us it's the sesquicentennial of the revolution against Spain on this 10 pesos coin. So that revolution against Spain was the year 1811. So add 150 years to that, you have 1961, which was the date of the coin on here. So the spot price on this coin would have been $7.95. Coin number 3 is Mozart. And I really like it when you find these flips where it's the clear plastic flip, and someone's gone to the trouble of printing off all of everything you need to know about the coin. There's probably a small number of dealers that do this, and when they all trade each coins to each other, different people end up with them. So yeah, this one features Mozart. So it looks like that's going to be the 200th anniversary of his birth in 1756, because the coin was made in 1956. So as we see here, KM 2881, it's a 25 shilling coin. So this is a similar look to pretty much all of the silver commemorative coins that were produced. There's a lot of 20s, 25s, 50s, maybe even some hundreds that all have kind of a similar design here, showing a shield of each of the states or provinces, whatever you call them, that form Austria. That's what the reverse looks like. This one's an 80% silver, gives you the diameter of the weight. The silver weight, again, is very close to a third of an ounce, 0.3344. Says it's a lettered edge, so let's take a look at that. Those are tiny letters. Took me a moment to figure out what it said. So it's saying 25 shilling in German. So Funzwig or something like that. Then shilling written around the edge here. Mintage, 1,000 short of 5 million from the Vienna Mint. Spot price on this one was $7.36. Mozart also appears on the Austrian €2 coin, which is not their commemoratives that they come out with every year, but the standard €2 that they release every year. So I'd say that coin's a lot easier to find than this one, but still, it's worth, a couple of dollars in exchange value, so it's not that easy to come by. Next, we're going to move to a coin from Greece. Silver, of course, 1963. So this one's 83.5% silver, almost a half an ounce, so 0.4832, KM number 86. And so this represents a succession of 5 kings of Greece. I guess it's kings or the rulers. So it has 5 different portraits on it. And even though this is the head side, they're also the kings for the last 100 years. So it has an 1863 through 1963. So, or the Centennial of the Royal Greek Dynasty is what I had on that. But what I really like is this map, which appears on the reverse. And so the denomination here is 30 drachma, which it says there at the bottom, or at least they have that abbreviated. The delta followed by a P, I guess would be their R character. So I don't know that I've ever seen drachma abbreviated on any other coin, but I love the look here. So you've got Greece, that outline of the shape of Greece, all the nearby islands, but also the ripples for the water that go through this. I really like that look. So that's why I'm trying to find a really good shine on the way that looks. So yeah, I just think this is quite a beautiful coin. So with almost half an ounce of silver, this comes up to $10.63 on a spot price. But here we have the big coin from Barbados. It's a silver $10 proof coin. So there are different versions. This is made by the Franklin Mint, and the mint mark, I believe, is on the other side. And so the Franklin Mint, on a lot of their proof sets, have 3 different versions, or maybe 4. There's the matte version, the uncirculated version, but then the proof is the shiny mirror-like background. And because it's the mirror-like, or the silver version gives it a KM number of 17A, there's also a non-silver version that's just number 17. This one's sterling 92.5 from 1973. This is, I believe, the most common year, the easiest year to find this coin. It's over an ounce, so as you see, 1.0 1271 is the book value on here. $10. This is Neptune. And my first thought was, is this supposed to be a male version of a mermaid, or I guess you'd call that a merman? And I, when I think of Neptune, I think of the trident that he holds, which he's holding here. But he's also, it looks like he's petting a fish or a whale. But one thing I didn't know about Neptune was that he's drawn with what I would call the mermaid feet. Now, usually when you see a mermaid, you see both legs kind of formed together to have just one tail, but apparently Neptune has 2 legs, 2 knees, and 2 flippers. And I just find that interesting. Flip it over. Here is the normal design that you see on most coins from Barbados. We've got the ribbon at the bottom that says Pride and Industry. Above the letter D in Barbados, here's the Franklin Mint mark. So it's a tall F and a wide M right there. 1973, they already have a couple of tridents on their logo underneath the 19 and the 73. Then we get a good look at their crest there. We've got a fish on the left and a pelican on the right. Over a shield that has a tree and a couple of flowers on it. And then above the shield, it looks like half of a knight's helmet. Then sticking up out of that is a hand holding a couple of sticks. So I don't know all of the symbolism here, but we get such a good look at this coin on here. So our Neptune Merman here would have a spot price of $24.79. So you add up the spot prices, all the spot prices that I've given you, and it comes to $51.76 worth of silver when it's $22 an ounce. It was really, like $22.50, so you can add a couple of bucks to that, give or take, and then add his 25%, which would get you to right at $65 on these 5 coins. But I think these are fantastic. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.